Hello, folks. Welcome again. So today I will be discussing the latest non-farm payroll statistic that has come out, and it was it is really disappointing, right? So let us analyze whether we are already in a recession, or we are heading towards a recession, or what's going to happen in the economy. So the non-farm payroll showed that there are only 22,000 jobs added in the labor market in August 2025. So this is much lower than what was expected, was 75,000 jobs to be created in August 2025, while only 22,000 has been added. And there is a downward revision of 13,000 negative job growth in June 2025. This is really concerning, guys, because if you see the chart for 5 year span, so it is in trading economics. So if you pull up the chart for 5 years, you see that we are in such a zone that shows that we are going to head much lower. It's going to sharp going to be the lower, and it's going to nosedive, like there is no job at all, and negative jobs are going to happen every month. So this is really concerning, because if the job market grows negative, that means the fewer than zero jobs are created. What will happen is people will be losing their jobs. There will be too many people unemployed, and what will happen is they will not be able to spend anything, and what will happen is the demand for the goods of the businesses that produce goods will sharply fall down, and at one point they will not be able to make profits, and they will not be able to keep the employees, and they will have to do bigger layoffs, and it will be a spiral in the economy of like snowball negative effects all around. So this is going to be a really worse situation, and this is going to happen because if you see, the trend is like it's like going to do the nosedive, and it will fall down too sharp. The trend is showing that the job market is like creating no jobs, virtually no jobs at all, and it's essentially going to create negative jobs, and that will eventually ruin the economy. And what the policymakers can do at this point, the policymaker doesn't have any other choice than to cut the rates. And if they cut the rate, what will happen is the inflation is already skyrocketing, and it will fly further to the upside. So it will be a horrific situation in the economy, because job market is like in the negative growth, and Fed will be trying to cut the rates to support the job market, and what will happen is Fed will not be able to contain the inflation, and at one point inflation will maybe inflation will hit the double digits, and economy will be crashing down, because Fed cannot fight two battles at a time. If you cut the interest rate, the problem is the inflation is already spiking, so you cannot handle both problems at the same time, because this is the situation where you have to control one problem. And if you choose to control job market growth, you still cannot make enough jobs to support the economy, although you cut rates, because the job market is already going to produce negative job prints in the coming months. So you barely can support a little bit to the job market with 0.25% or 0.50% rate cuts. But what will happen is it will not be able to give maximal support to the job market, and at the same time it will make the inflation spike even further, and the inflation will maybe eventually turn into a hyperinflation, and that will become catastrophic to the economy. So I'm really worried, and we are in a deep trouble, I think. So what should be done is, in my opinion, the administration should give up the tariffs, and it should also stop immigration crackdown, so that the labor market becomes normalized, and also the inflation becomes normalized, because these two things will bring disaster if the current policy continues to be in effect. So I believe that the current administration will hopefully understand that and will eventually become very much very much rational about the immigration policy and will stop attacking the immigrants and also will stop putting on tariffs so that at one point the inflation can be checked and also job market stability can be restored. Otherwise the catastrophe is coming like in a few months. So if the economy goes into recession within 2 to 3 months, then everything is like gone. Like all the prosperity US has earned by this time is going to be gone. So this is not desired at all. So I believe that the administration, the current government, will understand that and take necessary steps. So I believe you understand the situation and hopefully will be able to adjust your portfolio. That is only my wish. I can only help with my guidance, but I cannot tell you exactly what to do because you will have to take your own decision as an investor. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.